Yes, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Those who are with me and those who are virtually will be with me with a recorded session of this. And today, as I told you, today we will be studying the five element theory. Five element theory, I promised as yesterday, we are touching the deep root of acupuncture science. With this, we will be able to make our own formulas because therapeutics, everybody, I said you, Google Brahma will give you everything. You ask like a best acupuncture point for shoulder pain. It will give tuck 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 few points, few numbers. So with that, as we have seen how we can go and select the acupuncture point from the Nada Brahma, and we can either make the imprint those tunes, or we can listen to those tunes will give the equivalent to that particular effect, acupuncture effect. So now see, there are two different type of uh, the five element theory. One we will study, it is very easy. With that we will be able to understand the five element, how they effect on the every meridian and the result of it, and the treatment of it also, how we can treat those particular condition. Without any delay we will land into those topics. Yes, this five element theory, this has got everything, summary of what we are going to say. This is a in organs. So for in organs, these are the points. We will explain this into detail. Okay. Now let us see the water element. If water element is having problem, then how it manifests. So water element is a force working in the downward direction in our dampness due to the sitting on the wet floor ground or getting into the water after tiring the body, or suddenly if someone no after exercise he takes the shower. During that time the symptoms are hot body, pain in the lower abdomen, feet, lower part of the legs, cold, pulse is deep, small, continuous, profuse sweating without any obvious reason. The disease having their origin in the water element have their main symptom like that. They have their main symptoms: diarrhea, unnatural movement of the life force causing the vomiting, main symptoms of profuse secretion from the patient body. So if water element is disturbed, what all and when, in what are the circumstances it is causing, we can come to know here. Okay, this PPT I will be sharing with you, and also the PDF from where I copy pasted this thing for your deeper study. I will send that also, because it is very difficult to understand at the first instant. But so I was collecting since yesterday how easily we will be able to convey and, as you know, practically apply these formulas. There are huge theories, but when we are not able to apply those things into our practical usage, then that huge theory of no use. Now you see, when you just observe the if cold water is excess, cold is excess, what is going to happen? Okay, so when because the water is governed by the kidney, or kidney has a main element as a water. So we will see then when inner dampness affect the kidney themselves, it causes increased salivation, spitting, vomiting. Inner dampness has an effect on, if effect on the kidney, then that time vomiting, spitting thing will be more. If it affects the liver, the tears will be more. It will cause the tears. It will cause the tears. So when inner dampness affect the heart, it creates profuse sweating. Means heart organ or a meridian affected by cold or water element, that time excessive sweating will come. So we will see these, if in this condition comes, which point to be tonified, which point to be used. So very easily it can be, it is explained in the next slides. So now we see that if the water effects on the kidney of the heart, we get a profuse sweating. If the water effects on the spleen, we get increased salivation. Saliva will increase. If someone has got a more increased saliva, you can understand that water has affected this spleen. Later we see how to correct it. Okay, next is lungs. If cold is affecting, water is affecting, means water element is affecting the lungs, what will happen? The lungs causes phlegm, and lungs causes phlegm and discharges from the nose, and also tears is caused by if cold is affected to the lungs. Okay, now let us see the next one. If the fire element, if fire element disturbs in our body, what are the thing it is affecting? Different meridian if affects, what are the symptoms arising? So let us see. The fire element is a force active in the upper direction. Our body is represented by that. In our body, the fire is represented by the heart. So small intestine, heart and small intestine by the, and heart constrictor, like also called as a pericardium, and Sanju SJ called as a triple warmer, because in fire element it is governed by, or fire element governs 4 meridian, that is heart, pericardium, triple warmer, and the SJ, or you can say pericardium and a triple warmer. Okay, so these are 4 meridian governed by the heat element. Okay, and even small intestine also. Small intestine comes under the fire element. So disease of the fire element causes by the harmful heat due to the excessive worrying. See, we know, as we used to say, hurry, worry, curry leads to the acidity. In the same way, any worries and sorrow, pondering and sorrow, and pondering means thinking about the same thing again and again. These causes fire element to affect different organs. If excessive worrying affect the heart, then what happens? That body is hot as normal, and the pulses on all the 3 locations will be superficial and scattered. So if the element affects the heart, that time these things will happen. So how it will manifest? If it affects the heart, the face of it, the face or a part of it will be red. And such as nose, ears tend to be red in color. Heart is painful and the body is hot as normal. The pulse, all three locations will be very superficial and scattered. Okay, this is how redness, anything excess of fire will know, you will see that redness of the face. So like that it will be reflected. So next, disease having their origin in the fire element and have their main symptom excessive heat and strong abnormal odor of the body. Okay, so fire is affecting its own organ. That time we'll have the having the origin in the fire element having their main symptom excessive heat and strong abnormal odor of the body. When harmful heat affects the heart itself, is a odor is like smoldering. Smoldering is disintegrating like. So such things are that such odor is coming from the body. You have to think that the heart is affected by the fire element. So and when spleen is affected by the fire element, then what type of smell will come? Like Chinese incense, we can say. So we can that is also we can say the rotten smelling will come when it is affected the spleen. And when we see when that heat is affects the lung, how the odor will come. Odor something like a stuffy thing, like some nose blocked or something unpleasant. It we will get that smell you get. That is like when fire affects the lungs. So now when harmful heat has a effect on the liver, then what happens? Odor is rancid like acidic in nature. When harmful heat affects the kidney, the odor is purid like something rotten. So there are some matches because this the words confuse us, but you can think of, we can go to the dictionary and try to find out what this word meaning, so that you can visualize what are the actually the smells like. Okay, now we go to the next wood element. If wood element affect our body, and when does it affect, we'll see. The wood element is a force active in the outward direction in our body, is represented by liver and the bile bladder. The disease of the wood element are caused by internal wind, which is due to fury and rage, which forces of the energy of the life irregularly upward and disrupt its normal circulation. The body is hot and there is a painfully bloated feeling of the abdomen. The pulse is fast like string of the bow. And disease which have the origin in the wood element have the main symptom a painfully swollen abdomen, as unusual color of the face. When internal wind has an effect on liver itself, the color of the face is greenish blue. So here what they say, when wood element, why when it gets attacks to our body, when we get the wood element governs the anger. If we get angry on somebody, if we feel that furry, it means we furry and rage, gussa, anger. There is also in anger there is only one word in the English, but there are synonymous words like fury and rage, the different level of that anger. So that causes the wood element to get disturbed in our body. So if it affects the liver itself, liver governs the wood, wood governed by the liver. So if that liver itself becomes excess, means having more, that time face will become greenish blue. Like under the eye, it becomes a greenish blue. So you can think that wood ailment has affected the wood excess in the liver. We'll just think it very next going slides will be easily able to pinpoint which point to be stimulated, and we'll give some examples also. Okay, now when wind affects the heart, what happens? The face is red, become reddish and full of just like a blood filled faces, like that, very red. So when the wind affects the spleen, what happens? The face becomes yellow. Okay, yellowish face, yellowish look. You can say by that only you can guess this person spleen is affected by the wood. Okay, wood element. So when this wood affects the lungs, that what time this becomes a pale, that face becomes a pale or white. Okay, so when natural wind affects the kidney, the color of the face will be blackish. Blackish means generally they say the lack of blood, lack of joy. So likewise, if you feel that yes, he is something, he is going deteriorating, you will be able to identify with the face itself. When wood affects the kidney, face become blackish. Okay, let's see the next element. If metal when it get disturbs, metal governs the depression. Okay, so let us see the metal element force active inwards direction. Body has represented by lung and colon. Colon is large intestine. And disease or metal causes under the undercooling of the body by consuming too much cold drinks. Patient shows a marked difficulty in breathing when wheezing, coughing, sneezing. The pulse is very superficial and coarse. The body is hot, but patient feels cold, dislikes cold. Patient love to talk all the time. The one organs element govern few activities of our body. So for that reason, if we consume cold water, excessive cold water, and that time it generally you have seen, if you go into the sun and then consume the cold water, it attacks our throat, or you can say we develop cough and all. If because metal is governed by the lung itself, if metal element attacks the lungs, then what happens? The you can say it represents in the different form of sounds. Okay, so we'll see main symptom of patient like lot of sound. When undercooling has effect on the lung itself, causes sobbing. Sobbing means what? It causes sobbing means he goes under the depression and keep on muttering the same things. So like that also. When it affects the kidney, when cooling affects the kidney, it causes recitation, repeating same thing again and again, or you can say causes recitation. Repeating the same thing again and again, it caused by the kidney when affected by the metal element. So when cooling affect the liver, it causes screaming and crying out of and and to be out of breath. Means they, liver governs the, what liver govern? Liver governs the anger. So when liver is attacked by the cooling system, what is called metal, metal is also is a dryness that does governed by the lungs and large intestine. So that time what happens? They scream, causes a screaming, chillana, crying. That causes a crying and screaming. And so in such condition, if it is you are finding, you can think that the patient is suffering from the liver is attacking the metal or element is attacking in the liver. Okay, when it is causing in the heart, when under cooling has effect on the heart, so what happens? It causes constant speaking. They will constantly keep on speaking without any break. Then you can think, oh yeah, this heart is attacked by the element or element metal, as per the, I mean, 5 element theory of the TCM. Okay, next is the spleen. If that cooling has affected, undercooling means undercooling has affected the spleen. So there will be lot of singing. If you find, in every word they start singing, and with the singing keep on singing. If they are sick also, you will find this. You can, the cooling has affected, or you can say the metal element has affected the spleen. So this is how the characters of these 5 element. And the last element is the earth element. Earth element, the earth element is force active in the center position connecting with the other 4 element. In our body, earth element is represented by spleen and the stomach. The disease of the earth element are caused by overeating, overtiring, and overstraining. If these earth element get disturbed by overeating, overtiring, and overstraining. Okay, patients have a feeling of heaviness in the body, tendency to lie down and rest. Pulse is very slow and big. The patient have the inclination for a deep thinking. Okay, when earth element affects that earth element's speciality is they go into deep thinking. Disease having their origin in the earth element have their main symptom pain in the joint. If the earth element is what are the earth element organs? Spleen and the stomach. If the spleen and stomach attacked by the means excessive of earth element, then what happens? It produces a joint pain, ligament pain, and even craving for sweet. You will see that obese people, they crave for the sweet. Why? Because they are excessive. This shows that excessive of humidity or excessive of earth element. So they also like the sweets. Why? Because they want to accumulate more. It is their character of getting, earth element is excessive. They crave for a sweets. So we'll see how we can we reduce that in the next slides. Okay, when it affects the heart, earth element affects the heart, then what happens? So earth element affect the heart, craving for bitter flavor. So when overexertion has affect the lungs, or even overexertion affects the heart, that is they crave for a bitter flavor. When overexertion, due to which the earth element is affected, if it is affected the lungs, craving for pungent thing. Pungent is what? Like pickles. Okay. So like that they like taking the pungent things. Okay. Then overexertion of has an effect on kidney for craving for salty flavor. They feel like taking salty things. That means we can think that overexertion or the earth element has affected the kidney, so they are craving for the salt. So when overexertion has affected the liver, craving for a sour flavor, lemon or something, sour things, they crave for the sour things when earth element affect the liver. Okay, so we will see what are these are 5 element theory in this bile and this left side bile bladder is also called as a gallbladder. GB also they call. DB and liver is a wood element, and heart constrictor, SJ, small intestine and heart. SJ is also called as a triple warmer. Okay, so heart constrictor is also called as a pericardium. So, and stomach in the right side you see stomach and spleen. It is the what is earth element. And now comes to the colon and lungs. That is governed by the metal. Metal again dryness is the same, or you can say earth element and humidity is both are same. So now urinary bladder and kidney, it is governed by the coldness, water element. So like that. So now you see here is a chart with this. Okay. With this chart, we will be able to how in next slides these charts will be very useful. This is a summary of the chart, but it looks very complicated, isn't it? But when we are going through the next chart, it will be very easy. So here you see what are there in this chart. Will let us see organ of its own element. See, every meridian has the 5 element. Okay, so and every these 12 meridian governed by the different the element. Okay, we saw in the previous slide. So we see that what are the fire meridian and its own point. If heart 8 is a fire of the heart, okay, just to name it here, earth element. What is the earth element is governed by in organ. This in organ governed by spleen. Okay, spleen 3 is that in the spleen meridian, third point, spleen 3 is a earth element. And in the lungs meridian, lungs 8 is a metal, represented by metal element. So in water, kidney 10 is represented by the water. In a wood, liver 1 is a wood. We will in going slides, it will be very interesting to see. Okay, it is very interesting to identify these things. Now, mother means we have seen here the creation cycle, and there is a creation cycle and the controlling cycle, and mother, child, husband and wife, ये क्या पूरा संसार बना दिया इधर, है ना? So we see how it and it it helps in diagnosing and making the treatment here. Okay, so mother means, see, now we know how this the creation cycle, they say wood. They started with the wood. when it rubs each other, then it gets fire. When fire becomes the ash, it becomes the earth. In earth, we get the minerals, that is metal. And again, metal, when exposed to heat, it becomes the liquid. It is called as a water element. So likewise, this cycle continues. So now here, okay, for wood, we need water, right? If we give the water to wood, then only it will grow. So who is the mother of wood here? Is a water. So here fire. Who is the mother of the fire? Who will increase the fire? How it will increase? With what? It will increase with the wood. If you put extra wood, it will give more fire. Okay. So how that ash will be more? You want to create more ash. Then what happens? More fire, and it creates a more ash, earth element. So fire is a mother of earth. So likewise, so to again we see here metal. Metal means we get more ingredient in ash. It is not, you should not be taken word to word translation, means word to word meaning, means when earth we get metal. So in this way we can call earth is a mother of metal. While treating, while going to the, when you are next slide, we will be using this mother and the child. Okay, child is a taker. It will take the, for example, we can call a child is a breastfeeding. We do the breastfeeding, we feed the child, but mother feeds us. Okay, likewise, if we feed the child, then what happens? The power of that original material will reduce. Okay, like that, when you give something to the child, our power reduces. When we take something from the mother, our energy increases. So like that. And husband and wife, there's a very interesting thing. The husband controls the wife, and as per this Chinese, this 5 element theory also, they should be in a balanced position. They should have a very good coordination between each other to have a healthy status of our body. So that will be explained in the next slides. So you will appreciate it better. So here, see, heart, what are the in organs in our body? Heart, spleen, organ, lungs and kidney, liver and heart constrictor is called as a pericardium, right? So we'll see the next. We see that the patients suffer from the heart disease. Heart disease are affected by what are the ways and how to treat them. So nicely we explained here. See, the diagnosis selected for the treatment. How to diagnose and select the points for the treatment. A patient suffers from the heart disease, the face is very red and there is a painful swelling in the abdomen, body is hot and pulse is superficial, very fast like strings of bow. Okay, and in such cases, internal wind has an effect on the heart. The wood element affects the fire element. Treating the mother point in the heart meridian is a cure. As I said you, see, anything excess, heart, heat excess. Okay, heart, heat excess. So what I said to you, we want to reduce, so why the mother is giving excess? Mother is giving in excess. So what to do? We have to treat the mother point so that So the wood element affects the fire element. So treating the mother point on the heart meridian is a cure. So here it is for only our presentation, because we know every meridian has got all 5 element points. In that or that meridian only we are talking. When heart is affected by heat, wood element on the heart meridian, or you can say H7, H9, if you treat on H9, produce the H9 waves, and with that we will be able to have this effect on, means a reduced balance, we can balance the heart. Okay. See now next one. The patient with a heart disease having abnormal odor like something smoldering, burning, the heart pains in the body is hot, the disease is caused by a harmful heat, the pulse is very superficial, scattered. In case of fire element, heart has an effect on the heart itself. So treating the heart on its own fire element is a H8. See what is the difference between the first point and the second point. It is overall increasing in the heat, overall increasing in the heat of the body. So fire of the body. So here, so heart is affected by the heat. That time what you have to do, we have to treat with the H8. The treat fire on its own fire element point, that is H8. Okay, patients suffer from the disease of the heart. The pulse is and red, and there is a painful swelling in the abdomen, body is hot and pulse is superficial and sting of the blow. In such cases, internal wind has effect on the heart. The wood element of the liver affects the element of the heart. Treating the mother point on the heart meridian, H9 is a cure. Yes. Now point number 1, because I have to understand, then I have to tell you in such cases, but when I keep on repeating such things, and it will be very useful for me actually. See, case number 1 was when liver affected the heart. Liver means wind. Wind affected the heart, then what happens? The wind, or you can say wind is a mother of fire. So what happens? It supplies more fire to the heart. So for that reason, if you have to reduce you have to work on the wood point on the heart. When we give wood point on the heart, that time it reduces it balances the heart. Okay. So this is what, like, we can produce the heart 9 sound, and we can listen here, and all the heart conditions are explained here in this table. So we can correlate one of the condition will be applied. Okay. So next one, we saw the heart itself, the heat itself is a fire element is affecting the heart. Then what happens? We have to treat the H8. We can make the music of H8, then that it will be cured. So what are the symptoms of fire element affecting the heart? Like an abnormal, like something burning smell from our body, and heart pain, and body is hot, and harmful heat. Disease is caused by harmful heat, going into the sun, and maybe you can think about that. The fire element has an effect on the heart itself. Treating on its own point on the H8 is a cure. So heart disease is painful, swollen joint, feeling of heaviness in the body. See, and patient has a tendency to lie down and rest, and their body is hot, pulse is very slow. So they have the inclination to deep thinking and preference for a bitter taste. Such disease is caused by overtiring, overeating, overstraining of the body. We saw how they are talking about the earth element. So when earth element affects the heart, then what are the symptoms? Earth element affects the heart, the joints are swollen, heaviness in the body, pulse is slow and large, they have inclination to deep thinking and preference for a bitter taste. Disease is caused by overtiring, overeating and overstraining the body. The earth element has an effect on the fire element heart. Treating the child point of the H7 of the heart meridian is a cure. Okay, so when the earth element, you see here, the earth element affects the heart. That time one becomes sluggish and slow, they want to take rest. So such things are happening. You can treat with treating the child point, that is H7. See why we have to treat with a H7? Because here again that creation cycle and destruction cycle works here. Okay, so if it is attacked by the earth element attacks the fire, then how earth can be controlled? Earth can be controlled by this is a child point. Who is the child of the fire? Earth is a child of the fire. Means in the heart meridian, in the what is the earth spleen point, earth point or a spleen point, earth element and the spleen point is used for the controlling the humidity in the heart, or you can say earth element in the heart. What are the symptoms of the earth element? As I already discussed with you, inclination of deep thinking, prefers a bitter taste. In such things we can think that heart is affected by the earth element. So you should be treated with the child point, that is H7. Okay. Here we'll see here. So what are the child point? Is H7. H7, see here we can very clearly say that it sends to the earth. So this is a very complicated thing, but when it is clearly we can see with these child, mother, husband, wife points, we will be able to. Now I request you just go through the symptom and the point. Then when you go into the deeper level of this understanding, I will be giving you this PDF, so that time we can understand it better. So now next one is a heart disease symptom for a difficult breathing and coughing. Body is hot but the patient feel cold. Common symptom. Patient is hot but he feels cold, dislikes cold, pulse is superficial, coarse and rough. Patient tends to constantly chatter, keep on telling something, So pulse is superficial and tend to constantly chatter. Chattering also you can be just like when you're getting a cold, that time also we feel of chattering sensation. The disease is caused by undercooling the body or by consuming too much of cold drinks. This is consuming too much of cold drinks. The metal element has effect on fire element. The treating the wife point on the heart meridian is a cure. H4 is a cure. In this particular, we will discuss this wife point only. We will discuss it in the later, even I think so, because this is one particular theory. With this, if if a heart got all the five element affected by the five element, how to diagnose, how to cure by treating on that particular meridian itself. Okay, now understood na? Now we go to the next. Heart is affected by the cooling. That means the water element. If heart is affected by the water element, then what happens? A heart disease with a symptom of hot body, pain in the lower abdomen, cold feet, cold lower part of the legs. In case of metal, the body was hot and he was feeling cold. But here this is a reverse. Body is feeling cold. And see, the heart disease symptoms of the hot body and the pain in the lower abdomen, feet cold, cold lower parts of the legs, patient as usual, profuse sweating and loose motion because affected, pulse deep, small, weak, or you can say disease is caused by inner dampness due to the sitting on the wet ground, getting into the water after tiring, like when you do the exercise and suddenly come to the you take a shower, there it affects the water element, affect the kidney. If it affects the kidney, means due to that activity, it doesn't mean that it affects that only. Here we are thinking that the water element affecting the heart can be cured by the husband point of H3. So we can make the H3 music and we can send. I think so it is clear, because all the five element we already talked in the understood about the qualities of five element, and that qualities of five element, it affects a different meridian, also the organ, how it reflects into different symptoms and what is the cure. Okay, now let us see. This is a wonderful thing. This is only very complicated in the acupuncture. We will not come to know what to cure, how to diagnose. It is very difficult in the acupuncture. What symptom is we have to take as a what element problem. Once you come to the element problem, elemental disease, that time you can go to that meridian and treat on that particular point. Now kidney. Okay. Now the spleen. Spleen, its own point is spleen 3. Spleen is a humidity organ, or you can say earth element, and having earth element of its own organ is the spleen 3. So spleen 3, say we say if spleen 3 is affected, we will see in other charts later. One major thing is affected. If heart heat is affected, it will affect all the organ. If the spleen humidity is affected, it will all affect all the humidity organ of that meridians of the all sub meridians. Humidity will be affected. So we have to treat in that way. We have to think that spleen 3 is a humidity. A patient suffering from the disease of the spleen. Yes, we see spleen in the sense we should not take the spleen. We can think about the earth element. If a patient suffers from the disease of the spleen, the face is yellow and joints are painful, body feel heavy, and even earth element represent the swelling also. Like patients like to lie down, rest, and tendency to deep thinking. We know, we already read many times what are the symptom of earth element. Earth element is sluggishness and desire for sleep and take rest, and generally the spleen is caused by, how this is a disease is caused by overeating, overtiring, or overstraining. In such things, effects on the spleen then treating the spleen on the, if such things is happening, what you have to do, if the humidity or the earth element is, if you think it is affected, you have to treat sp3, because sp3 sp3 is a humidity point on the spleen meridian, to which controls the, that controls all the whole bodies. The humidity can be controlled, or earth point can be controlled by treating its own, like a spleen 3 if you are controlling, or you can say treating, it controls all the part of the body. Here controlling means, in our Nada Brahma, what we can do, we can generate the balancing point. We can sp3 we can balance. Okay, sp3 can be balanced. We will produce some of the tunes, then we will come to know. Okay, so likewise, so in the next one, in case of the spleen disease, patient has a particular odor like cheese, Chinese incense, and in the face, I don't know what is it called, such as nose, ear red, are red in color, body is hot, pulse is superficial and scattered, harmful heat has a effect on the earth element, treating the mother point like a spleen 2. Who is the mother of the spleen? Heart. Okay, so in heart heat point of the spleen, if you treat, so we can control the all spleen meridian can be cured by this treating the mother point. We can cure the spleen meridian. Okay, next we'll see, when a patient has a disease of the spleen, painful swelling of the abdomen, face is unnaturally yellow. In such cases, pulse is like a staring of the string of the bow, like just like string of the bow. Then internal wind has an effect on the spleen. Such disease can be cured by treating the husband point, that is sp1. If excessive swelling, excessive if excessive if the excessive the swelling means there is a earth element is a prominent. To control the earth element, we can treat on sp1. Okay, so the patient with a disease as the spleen has a symptom of unusual strong exertion of saliva, excretion of saliva, strong excretion of saliva, cold lower leg, feet is a purging undigested food, pulse is very deep and big, inner dampness due to the sitting on the wet ground, getting into the water into the tiring body has caused the effect of the spleen. This disease is caused by water element of the kidney, can be cured by treating the sp9. Okay, so we saw that. Then what is the, if the water element affects, then we can, the sp9 is a remedy. So a patient has a disease spleen like sing a lot, a superficial, rough and face yellow, there will be some difficulty in breathing and sneezing and cough, the body is hot, the patient feels cold, dislikes cold, and the body is caused by undercooling effect of the on the spleen, can be cured by the child point sp5 on the spleen meridian. Okay, so you just see that, observe these symptoms, whatever we are telling the symptom and the point, that much only is necessary. Okay, so Yes. Now spleen, no? In case of spleen, we have seen this. Yes, correctly covered. Now, lungs. In a lungs is a patient suffer from the disease of the lung. What are the different diseases, symptoms of the lung, and what are the element affected by the lungs, and how to treat that particular condition by using its own 5 element point. Okay, so when the patient is suffering from the disease of the lung, very pale, breathing difficulty, and there is a coughing, sneezing, it is a common thing, when someone is suffering from the lung, these are a common symptom, and the patient feels cold, dislikes the cold. He feels the cold but doesn't like the cold. The body will be hot, but the patient feels cold, dislikes the cold. So this is the symptom of the lungs meridian. Lungs meridian, or I can say dryness, metal element. Dryness is also same. Sometimes I say dryness and metal, don't confuse, both are same. Okay, that is a quality, that is a character of that metal. Metal means dryness. Like in spleen, humidity means the earth element, like that. So treating the lungs on their own metal element, and the meridian can be cured. That is lungs aid. When you treat on the lungs aid, you can cure such condition, cough, cold, everything. And when you see the therapeutics, because here we can form the therapeutics. Therapeutics is very easy. I can give a list of disease and these are the points. That is fine. But we should know why they are using that particular point. Means how that condition is coming, because of what imbalance. That is very important. So patient has a disease of the lungs, craving for a pungent spicy food, feeling heaviness in the body with a pain in the joint, tendency to lie down and rest. Such disease is caused by overeating, overtiring, overstraining. Means what he is talking about, you will very easily understand, identify. They are talking about lungs affected by humidity, lungs affected by earth element. If lungs are affected by earth element, then earth element is what? Okay, earth element is a mother of the lungs. I mean metal. Earth is a mother of the metal. So in these cases, what we are using, the same thing. Such disease can be cured by treating the mother point on the lungs meridian. Whatever is affecting, that lungs affected by the humidity or earth element, we have to treat the earth element on the lung meridian. It's very simple. And what are the symptoms for that? Symptom is sluggishness, want to lie down, same such things only. Okay. Tendency to lie down with the symptom itself. Now going after reading few points, he will catch, oh, he is talking about the earth element. He is talking about humidity. Humidity means earth element. Likewise, you will be able to catch going forward. So in such case, the lower abdomen is painful, phlegm discharges from the nose, the pulse is deep, weak. Disease is caused by inner dampness due to the sitting on the wet ground, getting into the water after tiring the body. The water element, that kidney has affected the metal element, lungs. So cure is the child point on the lungs. What are the child point of the lung? Lung, its own point is metal. What is the child point? That is a water. So here, water point on the lung meridian is LU5. If you treat on LU5, you can cure these symptoms, discharges from the nose, that is water excess, phlegm excess. So pain, severe pain, all comes under the dryness excess and the coldness excess. Okay, so next, the cure is the treat the child and point lungs meridian LU5. So don't think so much. See, if excessive phlegm, when you are using the lungs 5, when you are making a music from the Nada Brahma, make a from music from Nada Brahma and use for these condition. Means okay, well, okay. Next, a patient from the disease of lungs has a very pale face and a painful bloating feeling in the abdomen, and furry and rage have disturbed the normal circulation of the force. The wood element has affected the metal lungs. The pulse is on the surface like string of the bow, and there are difficulties in breathing. The cure for such disease is the wife point of the lung meridian is LU11. Okay, in such cases, because it is controlling and being controlled. Okay, what is a wife and husband points? Husband is controlling the wife. Wife also in turn controls the husband. In turn, so that is called the controlling points. They are called as the subjugation and anti-subjugation. In other words, so here they are calling husband and wife because both are controlling each other. Okay, so such cases they are using the, in case of now these difficulty, this pulse is high on the surface and there is a difficulty in breathing. Cure for such is a wife point of the lung meridian, that is the LU11. The patient with a disease of the lung has a very hot body and on unusual odor like a snuffy. The face is red. There are breathing difficulty. Pulse is superficial, scattered. Such a disease is caused by harmful heat brought about by much worrying and pondering. See here you say all they are linking into the mind. They are linking into the mind and the pondering, and you can say affected by the worrying and pondering. The fire element affects the metal element. So to cure disease, husband point of the lung meridian means who is controlling the lungs? Who is controlling the lungs? That is fire. Fire controls the metal. So fire point of the lung meridian used like LU10 used for treating such fire in the lungs, or you can say redness and snuffy odor and you see very hot body, like that. All these symptoms of the lungs can be cured by LU10. I think so you are getting it little bit now, because we are coming across the same symptoms but different meridian. Okay, so now you will, because we first classified 5 element character, and that 5 element character is attacking the different part or different meridian. Then what to do? We have to use the same meridian point to cure those particular problem. Okay, so next is kidney. Kidney disease is, if it is affected by 5 element, how to treat them. Okay, 5, and what are the symptoms arising out of those 5 element. Now we will think the patient has a kidney disease, body is hot, but a feet and lower part of the legs are cold. This increased by salivation, spitting, vomiting, profuse sweating, and frequent urination. The low, see, these are the symptom of coldness excess. They are telling about kidneys its own character. That they are telling kidney 10's character it is. If the kidney 10, you see in the literature of kidney 10, they will be writing all these things. Okay, so kidney is the water element, and water element in itself is attacked by the water element. Then what are the symptoms you are getting, like profuse sweating, vomiting, spitting, salivation, and frequent urination. Such disease is caused by inner dampness due to sitting on the wet ground or getting into the water after get tired body, or as I told you, sudden effect of after doing exercise, suddenly coming into the shower. In such cases, body is attacked, or kidney is attacked by water itself. Water element is attacked by the water. In such cases, what you have to do? Treat the kidney on their own water element point is kidney 10. I think so it's very clear to you, and you will understand it, because again and again we are talking about the same element, uh, you can say the, like whether it is the fire, or the wood, or you can say humidity, or you can say earth element. We are talking about the same symptoms and again, but the different organ. Okay. Now you see, patient has a kidney disease, has a body odor like something rotten. Body is odor like that. You get a complaint. In our practice, we get complaint. And whenever I sit behind this, by the side of this fellow, getting a rotten smell. And if he has a kidney disease, then that is the indication. The body odor like something rotten, and the face is red, body is hot, the pulse is superficial and scattered, heart is painful, harmful heat which is due to excessive worrying and sorrow has caused the effect on the kidney. Excessive worrying and sorrow cause the effect on the kidney. So what you have to do? Fire element has an effect on the kidney. Treating the wife point of the kidney. K2 is the cure. Who is the wife point? Fire. Fire is a wife point on the kidney. So K2 they are treating on the K2. So fire can be controlled by the wife point. Okay. So next, the patient has a disease of kidney, feeling heaviness in the body, tendency to lie down, rest. And the joints are painful, the pulse is very slow, big, there is a marked craving for salty food. Such disease is caused by overeating and over tiring. Such element, the earth element, you got the idea. Now you will definitely tell over tiring, overeating, and such things are caused by the humidity excess, or you can say the humidity excess or spleen excess, earth element excess of the kidney. It is affected in the kidney diseases. That time you can give the kidney 6, the treating the husband point. This kidney is controlled by what? So that point can be, point we can give. I'll refer some other book also, so that we'll talk about this later. For explaining, it will be very easy. For example, now you say kidney 2 is a wife point. That's okay. Then the spleen, over tiring element, husband point of the kidney, K6. Let us see here. What is the kidney? Okay, so here it is not the 5 element on that one, but which is the mother and the son. Likewise, they are doing it. If mother is treated, means so the supply will be less to the son. If son point you want give some more energy to pass on to the next, we have to treat the son. Like that they are using it here. So we can see that into the creation and anti-creation cycle. Okay. that is kidney 10. Let us see. Okay, whatever is there, we'll see later. I will again attach few for the clarity. Okay. Now the patient has a disease of the kidney, likes to read read loud, and do recitation and mantra bolte rahega. Something keep on telling no जोर जोर से reciting it. The pulse is very superficial. Course there is a coughing, sneezing, marked difficulty in the breathing. Such disease is caused by the inner cooling of the body by consuming cold drinks. The metal element has affected on the kidney. The disease can be cured by treating the mother point on the kidney 7. Okay, kidney 7 is the mother point. So the metal element lungs has an effect on the kidney, so that the disease can be cured by treating the mother point on the kidney meridian, like K7. If we treat the difficulty in breathing, sneezing due to the kidney problem can be cured by using K7. We can produce with our own Nada Brahma. So patient having the diseased kidney has a blackish grey color on the face. Body is hot. There is a painful bloating feeling in the abdomen. The pulse on the surface like a sting of bow, like just such a disease is caused by internal wind due to the fury and rage, due to the anger and the grudge, the disrupting the circulation of the energy of the life, causing wood element to have the effect on the water element kidneys. The disease can be cured by treating the child point of the K1. What is the child point? Kidneys child point, that is a wood point of the kidney. If we treat, that is the kidney can be treated in such condition. So we are going through the different condition of the kidney, how this kidney is affected by all the 5 elements, and what is the cure. You see, it is here: heart, spleen. This is you have to take it as a element wise, not the exactly the liver. Now kidney is over. Now we go to the liver. If liver is affected by 5 different elements, how does it manifest into the different symptoms? If liver is governed by the wind, so if liver meridian is affected by its own problem, its own the element, then what are the conditions? The patient has a liver disease, and the color of the face around the eyes is usually greenish blue, and the abdomen feels full in bloated. The body is hot. Pulse is on surface and like a string of bow, and internal wind due to the disturbed circulation of the life force caused by the fury and rage has affected the wood element. Treating the liver on the wood element is liver 1. Liver 1 if we treat, so wood element of the liver, its own element can be treated, and with this we can cure such condition. Means we can say any liver condition can be cured by L1. Okay, so in the patient has a liver disease and tends to red, the body hot. So what we are speaking about, when liver is affected by the heat, hot, you can say that is a heart meridian, or you can say heat of the body, or the fire element. If fire element affect the liver, then the pulse is superficial, scattered. This is caused by harmful heat of the fire element affecting the wood element. Can be cured by treating the child point of the liver meridian. What are child point of the liver meridian? These are Li2. So what are the child meridian of the that liver is the heart only, fire only. So with that we will be able to tackle this problem. So next is the patient having the disease of liver with a coughing, difficulty in breathing, and color of the face is pale, body is hot, but the patient feels cold. See, these are common symptom. Okay, the patient body is hot, but he feels cold. He dislikes cold. Patient feels cold, but dislikes feel cold. Easily get out of breath and gasping of the air. He is screaming, crying. This is due to undercooling the body, consuming too much of cold drinks while the doing such thing. When what happens? Metal element get disturbed. Metal element get disturbed. That time, what you have to do? The husband point of the liver meridian means liver is controlled by what? Liver is controlled by liver meridian is means the wood is controlled by the metal. So metal point in the liver meridian, if we give, it controls they are called as a husband point in this book. Okay, so next, the patient with a liver disease with a constantly tearing eyes has a hot body, but feet and lower parts are cold. See, when I keep talking about this thing, you will really catch it. Yes, he is talking about the water element. The pulse is deep, weak, lower abdomen is painful. Such cases, inner dampness due to the sitting on the wet ground or getting into the water after getting tired, made by the water element, kidney or a water element to affect the wood element. In such cases, what we have to, because the wood that cold, you can say water is a the treating the mother point of the liver. So this we are talking about liver. So mother point of the liver is the water point. See, mother of the liver meridian, Li8 will cure the disease. Understood now? When liver is affected by the water element. So when does it get affected? When sitting on the damp places for a long time, and or immediately going into the shower after getting strained, this affects. In such cases, that Li8 will cure the disease. A patient with a liver disease craving for a sour tasting food has a pain in the joint, heavy feeling in the body, pulse is big and slow. There is a strong tendency to lie down and rest. Such disease is caused by overeating and overtiring, which made the earth element. Whenever we keep on telling overtiring or overworking, and then we would desire to lie down, and the sluggishness of the body, feeling heaviness in the body, we know that we are talking about the earth element of the liver. So in such cases, what we have to do? We have to cure the wife point of the meridian, that is Li4. So controlling or being controlled. Who is being controlled by the liver? So who is being controlled by the liver? That is the same, what you call the earth point in the liver meridian. So when Li3 we treat, we get the cure. So we'll go to the next. When heart constrictor is also called as a pericardium. What are the effects of pericardium is what? the covering of the heart. This is actually the heart protector. So in the Chinese, the traditional medicine, they have classified into one of the meridian. So let us see. Heart constrictor is also governed by the fire element. So a patient suffering from the heart disease of the heart, constrictor, swollen, painful armpit, heart pains, face yellow, eyes red, eyes are red, pulse is superficial and scattered, and palms hot and red. Skin of the palm is peeling. Internal heat has an effect on the constrictor fire element. Such can be cured by treating the fire element point on the HC8. Okay. So any redness, heart, suffering from extreme heat, heart pain, yellowness of the face, we have to treat with the HC8. The heart constrictor meridian, its own point. See here, when we are treating with its own point, so we are treating that particular organ with a deficiency or excess of that particular element. The patient has got a disease heart constrictor with a painfully swollen abdomen, heat of the palm, constipation, headache, pulse is like strings of the bow, and the face is red, heart beats fast. In such cases, we can think the liver wood element has affected the heart constrictor, so which can be cured by treating the mother point HC9. So the heart constrictor meridian HC9 cures this particular symptom. So wood element of the heart constrictor pericardium meridian cures this type of symptom. And the a patient suffer from the disease of the heart constrictor pericardium with a pain in the joint of the upper limbs, yellow face and pulse is slow and big, has insomnia, loss of sleep, and is constipated. In such cases, spleen, earth element has an effect on the heart constrictor, and the fire element, which is cured by the treating the child point of that is HC point. You don't see whether it is a child or a father or a mother. You just see in such condition HC7 is pericardium 7 cures the symptom. The patient has got a disease of heart constricted with the pain of the heart. See, one more thing I just okay, after finishing I will tell. The heart constrictor point, saliva vomiting mixed with the blood, cold feet, and pulse is deep, and such cases kidney water element is affected the fire element. In such can be cured by husband point of the HC3 of the heart constrictor meridian. And the last one, the patient has a disease of the heart constricted with the hoarseness of voice, congestion of the phlegm, chest. In such cases, lung metal element has affected the heart constrictor, that is the pericardium, the fire element, which can be cured by treating the Y point SC5 of the heart constrictor meridian. Now, many times I keep on telling you that this can be done by the Nada Brahma, and people without Nada Brahma get disappointed. So no need to get disappointed. Okay, but this is also you can. There is a numerical mathematica. There is a point for every meridian points. We have a number. Dial that number and make the remedy. And if you think that, see, we have the Chandrasekhar sir has got a 2-in-1. It can work on manually. It can work with computer also. In such cases, what you can do? You can create that particular number by going through the numerical mathematica and set that number in the dial. You can create the SC5 or pericardium 5 numbers through this. And pericardium is also called sex circulation meridian. In our book, it is mentioned as a sex circulation. Okay, so many have come to me that there is no meridian, pericardium is missing in this book. Anyway, so now it is over. We just saw what is the mother-child relationship. We saw treat the mother, treat the child. We said that what it is actually. Huh? The clockwise in supporting the cycle, mother uh, mother fire nourishes the child earth, mother earth nourishes the child metal, mother metal nourishes the child water, like that. In one such condition, one becomes a mother, another becomes a child. So child becomes a mother for the next element. So mother water nourishes the child wood. So mother wood nourishes the child fire. So likewise, the anti-clockwise direction. This is the clockwise direction. We are talking about a mother. So in anti-clockwise direction, child fire reduces the mother wood. Child wood reduces the mother water. Like that, I just said you. Just one good example is feeding the child, breastfeeding. So when when mother breastfeeds a child, it gives to the child, and child gains. Okay, so it reduces the vitality. It takes the vitality from the mother. So in this way, in anti-clockwise supporting cycle, child fire reduces the motherhood, child wood reduces the mother water, child water reduces the mother metal, child metal reduces the mother earth. Likewise, in the opposite direction, child earth reduces the mother fire. When mother and child are equal strength, neither of them stronger or weaker, this is a harmonious condition. So this is supposed to be both should be in well equipped, means they should be both have a good prosperity. They can live at their own without taking help from each other. So now we had talked about husband and wife in the previous example. What is that husband and wife relation according to the acupuncture? So clockwise in controlling the star, husband fire controls the wife metal. Okay, the controlling cycle. So you see here, in controlling star, in the anti-controlling stars also there. Like a husband fire controls the wife metal. So he will tell you, I will go back to that, so that you will understand this. Yes. Okay. This husband fire controls the lungs. So here they are not mentioned in that way, but lungs is the dryness. Okay. So likewise, what is the husband and wife relationship? The husband fire controls the wife metal, husband metal controls the wife wood, husband wood controls the wife earth, and husband earth controls the wife water, and husband water controls the wife fire. It is just like a creation cycle. We can say controlling cycle. It controls, fire controls this, fire controls what? The metal. Metal controls the what? Wood. And wood controls the what? That earth. Earth controls the what? That water element. And again water controls the fire, like that. So now anti-clockwise in controlling the the wife fire insults husband. Here instead of controlling, insults means reduces that power. Okay, you should not take it literal meaning of the insult or husband and wife. Here this is a wife earth insult husband wood, earth in reverse direction. So here reverse direction also effect. So wife would insult husband metal. So wife metal insult husband fire. So in other way, anti-controlling, reverse controlling. When husband and fire, wife are equal in strength, neither of them is stronger or weaker, then they are neither stronger or weaker than the other. There is a harmony in the health. Okay, so there is a harmony in the health. So controlling or being controlled, I am controlling my husband, I am controlling my wife, and anti-controlling, it should not be there. You should control. They should be, they should be in harmonious condition, so that such condition should never arise. Okay, so I think so. It is 11:40 now. For going too long, we will get bored. I think so. We will end here. So we will take this yan organ and some other points we will take in the afternoon. And this yang organs, mother, child. I think so. We came to know about what is a mother, what is a child, and what is a husband, what is a wife. And now by going through this, it's very clear now. And the organs own element, we'll see. We have studied about the in organs and the disease condition affected by the 5 element. So when you go through this, I will be giving you this PDF. When you go through, then again, by listening, you already listened to me. By this, you will be very easy. If you are not understanding, we will do it again and again and again. Do not to worry at all. Okay, this is the yan meridian controlling, and sun, everything is there in this. Son is there, mother is there, and husband is there, wife is there, everybody is there in this chart. We'll discuss it in the afternoon. Okay, thank you being with me for this session, because this is a acupuncture through vibrionics. I don't suggest you should either. You can definitely use the acupressure at the same point, definitely, because it comes under the drugless therapy. We can use the acupressure by using these things. So definitely, but we are trying to, because Mataji has given the 12 meridian description, and based on that we are using, and also some points she has given. Based on that, we know what if you do the pressurizing that, or you can say making the remedy from that, what effect it has got on our body. So why we have to study all this? We have studied batch flower remedies, we have studied biochemistry, we have seen the electrohomeopathy, and we have studied many other therapies, because all these therapies can be practiced by vibronics. And you see, they all are complementary to each other. They will all work together. Even we can make it a super combination. By super combination is, they have already, in the Satyasai people, they have already used the gem therapy, meridian therapy, and even the bowel nosodes of the batch, and the single remedies, and the chakras, and color therapies, gem therapies, everything they are used for making the CC combos. What we can do is, we can add some more acupuncture points for those meridian, those complaint, so that we add one more engine to that train, so that it can take us fast to the destination. Okay, thank you so much. We will again discuss in the afternoon. This is, I feel it's very interesting. You may be sometime feeling complicated, but when you go through my lessons, my lectures, and the charts, you will be easily able to understand. Today, tomorrow, even tomorrow, today's afternoon, I will give one more clear picture. Another slide I'll put it here, so that you can very well know that yes, boss, this particular point here you have to pressure. Because why I am not showing the chart here, because you can generate it through either from the number, or you can from the Nada Brahma, you can produce that. Okay. Again, I'm dragging you beyond the stop point. So thank you for being with me today. Today afternoon we'll again continue with the 5 element theory. Okay, thank you so much.